Hello friends, today we are going to discuss one of the important topic, fatty acid oxidation, particularly beta oxidation of fatty acids. You know, fatty acids oxidation. Oxidation. Because what we call beta oxidation. Fatty acids are the simplest form of lipids. Say the triacylglycerol, which is nothing but the stored form of fat in the adipose tissue, upon lipolysis will liberate glycerol and free fatty acids. And these free fatty acids will undergo circulation and reach different tissues. Then there they are subjected to oxidation. That means oxidation leads to liberation of energy. Therefore, the ultimate goal or aim of fatty acid oxidation is to release energy. And why it is called beta oxidation? Here specifically called oxidation of fatty acids on the beta carbon atom. What exactly beta carbon atom? We have discussed in our previous classes about during our lipid classification discussion. Say how we name the lipids. Say there is a carboxyl carbon. Adjacent to the carboxyl carbon, the carbon atoms will be named accordingly. Of course, the fatty acids are nothing but a carboxyl group, that means a carboxylic acid plus hydrocarbon side chains, and they name accordingly. For example, say this is a carboxyl carbon and this is a hydrocarbon side chain. The hydrocarbon side chain. Okay. This is considered as the first carbon. This is second, third. Here second, otherwise called alpha, and this is beta. That means oxidation of fatty acids on the beta carbon is known as beta oxidation. So the word is clear. Oxidation of fatty acids where? On the beta carbon. Okay, of course, and this is the carboxylic acid group and this is the hydrocarbon side chain. And in general, most of the part, saturated and even carbon atom, even fatty acids will be subjected to beta oxidation. Why so? Why only even but not all? Because the biosynthesis of fatty acids will involve sequential addition of 2 carbon atoms, like 2, 4, 6, 8, like that. That is why even and saturated, that means there is no double bond, fatty acids will involve in oxidation in our biological system. Say for example, palmitic acid, a 16 carbon fatty acid. Say stearic acid, a 18 carbon fatty acids. So it's about the basics. Okay. Then how this fatty acid takes place and where? In general, there are 2 components in a cell. Say in general, most of the tissues will subject to beta oxidation except brain. Erythrocytes, adrenal medulla, most of the tissues will subjected to beta oxidation. And specifically which component? Say for example, cytosol and mitochondrial matrix. It means beta oxidation of fatty acids will generally takes place in 3 steps. Number 1, activation of fatty acids to acyl coenzyme A. Number 2, transfer of acyl coenzyme A to mitochondria. Number 3, beta oxidation proper. That means in mitochondrial matrix. Specifically, the exact location of beta oxidation proper will be in mitochondrial matrix. But activation step will take place in the cytosol of the cell. So majorly two components, but the specific activity of beta oxidation will take place in mitochondrial matrix. So it's about the location, that means where the beta oxidation takes place. I told you already, except brain, erythrocytes, adrenal medulla, most of the tissues will subject to beta oxidation. Okay, we'll discuss how these three steps will undergo. Say the first step, the ultimate aim of beta oxidation is to sequentially release or remove a 2-carbon moiety called acetyl coenzyme A. The objective of beta oxidation is to sequentially remove or liberate a 2-carbon moiety called acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A. And this acetyl coenzyme A enters into the Krebs cycle, and we'll tell how. So it's like oxidation of fatty acids. How this acetyl coenzyme will enter into the Krebs cycle and ultimately leads to the energy production. That means oxidation to carbon dioxide and water. That's simply called. Here the thing is, each cycle of one fatty acid will liberate one acetyl coenzyme A. So depending on the length, that means the number of carbon atoms that a particular fatty acid had, the number of acetyl coenzyme A will be liberated accordingly. For example, in a palmitic acid, there are 16 carbons. Here it will subject to 7 cycles to release 8 acetyl coenzyme A, and these 8 acetyl coenzyme, that means one acetyl coenzyme A in each cycle, ultimately enters into Krebs cycle, that means TCA cycle, that means upon oxidation release energy. This is how the issue ends. So therefore the ultimate goal is to release the acetyl coenzyme A in a sequential manner. I told you already, there are 3 steps. Okay, activation, transport, then beta oxidation. Okay, first the activation of fatty acids to acyl coenzyme A. This is a 2-step process. For example, say this is one fatty acid, any fatty acid, for example. Okay, for understanding, we will think like this. This is fatty acid. It will be subjected to an enzyme called thiokinase, otherwise called acyl coenzyme A synthetase. Here ATP will be used. It releases inner pyrophosphates. Again it will subject to hydrolysis by means of inorganic pyrophosphatase to release inorganic phosphates. And then it leads to the first intermediate compound, what we call acyl adenylate. And this acyl adenylate will combine with coenzyme A. Coenzyme A, how it exists? Coenzyme A. AMP will release to form acyl coenzyme A. What we call activation step. Okay. That means the first step, what we call activation of fatty acids, is a two-stage process. How? The fatty acid will subjected to, that means they are catalyzed by the enzyme called thiokinase or acyl coenzyme A synthetase. There are 3 different kinds of thiokinase depending on the length of the fatty acid. Say a long fatty acid between 10 to 20 carbons, or a medium fatty acid between 4 to 12 carbons. That means 10 to 20 long, medium 4 to 12, and short less than 4 carbon atoms. Depending on the length of the carbon atom, the thiokinase will act. Then here one ATP will be utilized. That means you have 2 high energy phosphates. 2 high energy phosphates will be utilized because ATP is converted to pyrophosphates. And the most important step, this is an irreversible step. How? What makes this step irreversible? This liberated this pyrophosphate will be subjected to pyrophosphatase. That that means hydrolytic release of two, that means inorganic phosphates. This release of inorganic phosphates makes this step irreversible, and the obtained acetyl adenylate, which is an intermediate, will undergo, that will combine with coenzyme A, but ultimately form the acyl coenzyme A. All these steps will take place in cytosol. I told you already. The first step, what we call activation of fatty acid to acyl coenzyme A, will take place in cytosol. Okay. And this acyl coenzyme A should reach the mitochondria, where the next important step, what we call beta oxidation, will take place. How it will reach to mitochondria? Actually what happens, acyl coenzyme A is not permeable. It is impermeable to the inner mitochondrial membrane. What happens when there is impermeability? There should be a specialized carrier system. We have discussed about different pumps, different carrier proteins during our membrane discussion and membrane structure and transport system discussions. Here there is such that, like that. Say carnitine. I will tell you how it ends. Okay. Carnitine mediated transport system. It is a specialized carrier system. Say, and this carnitine mediated transport system present in, that means in the inner mitochondrial membrane. This is a system which will transfer the acyl coenzyme A from cytosol to the mitochondrial matrix. I will tell you how. So this is a carnitine based transfer. Okay. Then the second step, how this is shown. For example, we got acyl coenzyme A in the cytosol. Say this is cytosol. As I'm not drawing the entire structure of mitochondria, just signifying, that means elevating only one particular compound. So it is considered it as an inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, this is mitochondrial matrix inside. This is mitochondrial matrix. Okay. Carnitine system. How? This carnitine system consists of two kinds of enzymes. Carnitine acyl transferase 1. That means first enzyme, and 2 carnitine acyl transferase 2. Acyl transferase 2. The thing is, this is the inner mitochondrial membrane. This is one surface, outer surface, and this is inner surface. This carnitine acyl transferase will located on the outer surface, and the carnitine acyl transferase 2 will be located on the inner surface. And here there is a specialized carrier protein. There is a carrier protein. How this ends? So for example, how the first enzyme, carnitine acyl transferase 1, how it has to transfer from cytosol to mitochondrial, and the rest will taken care by the carnitine acyl transferase 2. For example, acyl coenzyme A we got. This is a carnitine. That means this enzyme should transfer the acyl coenzyme A to carnitine. That's me. Then this enzyme, simply I am writing as CAT1. Okay, this is CAT2. Carnitine acyl transferase 1. It will remove the coenzyme A and it forms the acyl carnitine. That means the acyl group should combine with carnitine forming acyl carnitine, and the coenzyme part will be liberated. This will be done by carnitine acyl transferase 1, right? And this carrier protein will take this acyl carnitine 2 to the inside. That means the simple point, the specialized carrier protein will transfer the acyl carnitine to the inside mitochondrial matrix. That means transferred across the membrane, right? Then it enters inside the matrix, but without a coenzyme A. Then the second action, carnitine acyl transferase 2. It will come. How? Say this is acyl carnylate, acyl carnitine, then the coenzyme A, it will release ultimately acyl coenzyme A. Then the carnitine will be released. And this released carnitine will again go back to the cytosol. It's like it has to be reused again and again. It's like the job is done. The carnitine, through this specialized enzyme system, carnitine acyl transferase 1 will transfer the acyl group to inside by removing the coenzyme A. And the specialized catalytic system will transfer to inside. And this that means CAT1 will remove the coenzyme A and forming acyl carnitine complex. And this catalytic system will take this inside the mitochondrial matrix. And this carnitine acyl transferase 2 will form the acyl coenzyme A simply by removing carnitine. And this liberated carnitine will again goes back to cytosol. It will be repeated. That means for regenerate and reuse. And most importantly, the coenzyme A is different from, that means this is different from the cytosolic coenzyme A. It means that there is a separate pool of coenzyme A in the mitochondrial matrix, that means the mitochondrial coenzyme A, and with the top the cytosolic coenzyme A. They both are different. We should not believe that these are same. This is over and this is over. That means this job is done here. That means the transfer of ultimately the acyl coenzyme A into the mitochondrial matrix is done. How? By carnitine transport system, otherwise called carnitine shunt. Okay, the second step is over. Then the third step, beta oxidation proper. Beta oxidation proper. It's a bit a complicated step in the sense, an elaborated step. Beta oxidation proper. Where it will take place? In mitochondrial matrix. In mitochondrial matrix. In 4 steps. First, oxidation. 2, hydration. 3, again oxidation, what we call second oxidation. 4, cleavage. Say 4 steps, okay? Oxidation, first oxidation, hydration, then second oxidation, and cleavage. For understanding, we'll take particular example. Say palmitic acid. When it become activated, it become palmitoyl coenzyme A. Say palmitoyl coenzyme A. This is the activated form of palmitic acid. Okay. Then we got it in the inside. That means inside the mitochondrial matter. How it subjects. For example, for understanding, I am just using it as acetyl coenzyme A. The first step, it will be undergoes oxidation process by means of acyl coenzyme A. Acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase. When acyl coenzyme A undergoes dehydrogenation, what we call oxidation step, we get most important reducing element, FADH2. Here FAD is become FADH2. This acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase is a FAD dependent flavoenzyme. And this FADH2 is usual, we knew that electron transport system ETC, and will release to 2 ATPs. This business as usual, we knew that one FAD will release to 2 ATPs and one NADH will release to 3 ATPs. The process is same. That means in order to produce energy, we have to depend, that means they have to go through Krebs cycle and electron transport system. There is no other way out. The concept is same, the biological machinery is same. To ET, that means Krebs cycle or tricarboxylic cycle, then the alpha system through which, that means these reducing elements like FADH2 and NADH will produce the ATPs like 2 and 3 respectively. The concept is same, okay? Then we got it. Acyl coenzyme. Then the intermediate compound will form what we call enoyl coenzyme A, specifically called delta square trans enoyl coenzyme A. We get it. Okay. Then the next reaction, hydration. That means there is another enzyme called enoyl coenzyme A hydratase. Hydratase will add the H2O. The most important point, in the first step, it leads to formation of a double bond between second and third carbon atom. Just for presentation, I am writing like this. That means the third is a beta. We have already discussed. Because of this, we got double bond between second and third, between alpha and the beta carbon atoms. And the hydration that means hydration will remove this. Hydration will take place at the double bond. That means the oxidation process is taking place at the beta carbon. Wow, what exactly called oxidation of fatty acid on the beta carbon atom. The second step, the hydration reaction, will take place on the double bond. Okay. Then we got beta hydroxy acyl coenzyme A. That means as a result of hydration. And this beta hydroxy acyl coenzyme A undergoes second oxidation we have discussed by beta hydroxy acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase. Here most important thing is another reducing element will form NADH plus H plus, and it will undergo electron transport system, the same, will release 3 ATPs. I will tell you regarding energetics, okay? So for now, just remember NADH will form and will undergo electron transport system, then we can generate 3 ATPs. We got it ultimately, the last one, beta keto acyl coenzyme A, the last product, as a result of this second oxidation. And this beta acyl coenzyme A will undergo cleavage. It forms 2 acyl coenzyme A minus 2 carbon and acetyl coenzyme A. Of course, this 2 carbon atom. I told you already. Depending on the number, the size of the fatty acid, the oxidation, the number of beta oxidation cycles will take place. What is the point it is? For example, the palmitic acid, which is a 16 carbon, palmitic acid, say palmitate, the 16 carbon, it will undergo 7 cycles, and each, that means out of 7 cycles, each cycle will liberate 1 acetyl coenzyme A, which is a 2 carbon. Each time 1 acetyl coenzyme A will form. It implied that each time the concerned fatty acid will be deducted with 2 carbons. Say, I wrote like this: acyl coenzyme A minus 2 carbons. So 16 become 14, 12 like that. Acyl coenzyme A 1 minus 2 carbon. Then acetyl coenzyme, this is what we require. And this acetyl coenzyme A will subject to oxidation. So let's say the tricarboxylic acid cycle, TCA cycle, This is how that means during this process they generate ATPs. So ATPs are coming from 3 sources here. Then the FADH source, the NADH source, and the acetyl coenzyme. So there are the 3 ways of energy production through beta oxidation of fatty acids. I told you already. Now the first step, oxidation, hydration, oxidation, and then second oxidation, cleavage. First, with respect to palmital coenzyme A, the acyl coenzyme A will undergo that means through acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase will form enoyl coenzyme. That means delta square trans enoyl coenzyme A. Here FAD will be formed. That means one FADH will be formed, and they will undergo electron transport to form A2 ATPs. Then will undergo hydration by means of enoyl coenzyme hydratase, forming beta hydroxy acyl coenzyme A. Then it will undergo second oxidation through beta hydroxy SL coin SL dehydrogenase that forms NADH, then 3 ATP through electron transfer chain. Then it forms beta keto SL coenzyme, and this beta keto SL coenzyme, the enzyme reaction is thiolase. Thiolase will cleave into acyl coenzyme minus 2 carbon atom and acetyl coenzyme 2 carbon atom. So the most important enzymes here are acyl coenzyme dehydrogenase, enol coenzyme hydratase, then beta hydroxy acyl coenzyme dehydrogenase, and thiolase. This is how, that means 4 important enzymes in 4 reactions. In general, if the paper is very easy, they may ask you the location of beta oxidation, say mitochondrial matrix. But if we have to study at the CSR and NEET level, they may ask you the enzymes, that means enzyme is responsible for cleavage in beta oxidation, that is thiolase. So ultimately we got acetyl coenzyme, and this acetyl coenzyme will undergo that means undergo Krebs cycle, that means oxidation. What we call this cycle will be repeated until the complete oxidation of fatty acid will take place, that ultimately leads to generation of ATPs. Okay, so we have to discuss about energetics with respect to one example we'll take. Okay, energetics, this is all about the beta oxidation. The thing is done, we got the acetyl coenzyme A, since the ultimate objective is to release the same. Okay, say what we call energetics of beta oxidation. Say we take palmitoyl coenzyme A, one particular example. Say this is the palmitic acid, palmitic fatty acid. Okay, palmitic acid, this is 16 carbon. Okay, then how it is, that means the schematic presentation. I told you already, 7 cycles it undergoes to release 8 acetyl coenzyme A. It means that 7 NAD plus, then 7 FAD will form 7 NADH plus H plus and 7 FADH2. I told already, 1 FADH will lead to 2 ATP. So 7 to 2, 14. 14 plus here 21, because each NADH leads to 3 ATPs. So ultimately 35 ATPs will be forming here. Then it leads to acetyl coenzyme NA, the most important 2 carbon compound. Totally 8 acetyl coenzyme we are getting. Each will generate 12 ATPs. So 12 into 8, 96. Totally 131 ATPs. 96 plus 35. But it is not the same. The final output will be 129 ATPs. How? Because we have discussed in the first step, 2 high energy phosphates will be utilized in the activation. So 2 for activation, that leads to 129 ATPs. We can calculate the energy efficiency. For example, 2340 calories is a standard free energy of palmitate. Okay, 2340 calories. We knew that 1 ATP equal to 7.3 calories. Okay, we got 129. 129 into 7.3. We got 940 calories. Calculate the energy efficiency. So 940 by 2340 into 100 is 40%. Energy efficiency of palmitic acid is just 40%. The rest of the energy is lost as heat Don't think it is waste. We have discussed in the previous classes. It will be useful for homeothermy. It is very important. Okay. Then the 40% is the final output. This is how the issuance. Say take a particular example. That means the overall oxidation will be like this. The overall oxidation. Say a particular carbon with N acyl coenzyme A plus NAD plus FAD, then H2O will reach to CN minus 2 acyl coenzyme A. I told you already, plus NADH plus H plus FADH2 plus acetyl coenzyme A. This is very important. This is the general reaction of how, that means the beta oxidation. We got it now. The acyl coenzyme plus minus 2 carbon atoms. The same will apply here. How many we get now? Out of seven cycles, we'll get finally 8 acetyl coenzyme A plus, respect to palmitic acid I am giving, plus 7 NADH plus 7 FADH2. This is how the issue.